I refused to meet my sister on Christmas after she called CPS. My wife died 2 years ago from a brain aneurysm. My daughter Jenna was 8, and I was drowning. My sister Diane started coming over constantly to help. At first I was grateful because some days I couldn't function. Then Diane repainted Jenna's room without permission. I came home and it was already done. She said the purple was too depressing. I was annoyed, but she'd spent her own money, so I let it go. She kept pushing for Jenna to sleep at her house every weekend. Jenna didn't want to. She wanted to be home. When I told Diane no, she said I was being overprotective and Jenna needed a mother figure. Diane started calling Jenna Jenny constantly. I'd correct her and she'd ignore me. She bought Jenna clothes I never approved. She talked about enrolling Jenna in activities without asking me first. I finally sat her down and told her to back off. She left crying, saying I was ungrateful after everything she'd done for us. 3 weeks later, a CPS officer knocked on my door. Someone reported that I neglected Jenna, that I left her alone for hours, that the house was filthy. The officer investigated and cleared us immediately, but said the report stays on file permanently. My brother told me Diane made the call. He'd overheard her. When I confronted Diane, she admitted it. She said she was worried about Jenna and someone needed to check on the situation. I told her to never contact us again and blocked her number. That was April. By December, my dad kept bringing up Diane. She wanted to apologize at Christmas dinner. I refused. He said I was tearing the family apart, that Jenna deserved to see her aunt on Christmas. My mom called. My aunts called. Everyone said I needed to be the bigger person and forgive family. 2 days before Christmas, my brother called sounding nervous. He said Diane had been asking him strange questions about my parenting. Did Jenna seem happy? Did I seem overwhelmed? Was the house clean? He said it felt like she was collecting information. I called my cousin who works as a paralegal. She made calls and discovered Diane had consulted 2 family lawyers in November asking about third-party custody options. Everything clicked. The CPS call wasn't concern. It was documentation. Diane was building a case to take Jenna. I called my dad and told him. He didn't believe me. I sent him proof of the lawyer consultations. He called Diane and she admitted everything. She told him she believed Jenna would be better off with her and her husband, that I was too depressed to parent properly. My dad tried talking her out of it, but she wouldn't listen. On Christmas morning, I took Jenna to a movie and then for pizza. My phone exploded with messages asking where we were. Diane sent a long text saying I was depriving Jenna of family love and she'd do whatever necessary to give Jenna the life she deserved. I forwarded everything to a lawyer. We filed for a restraining order the next week. At the hearing, Diane actually brought a folder of notes. She'd been documenting everything for months. She told the judge she had more time than me because she didn't work, that she had a stable marriage while I was still grieving, that she'd been trying to help but I pushed her away. She said Jenna called her Aunt Mommy once, which wasn't true, but she said it anyway. The judge asked Diane directly if she'd called CPS. She said yes. The judge asked if the report was truthful. Diane hesitated and said she'd been concerned about certain things. The judge asked what things. Diane couldn't name anything specific. Then the judge asked if Diane had consulted lawyers about taking custody. Diane said she'd only been exploring options for Jenna's benefit. The judge granted the restraining order immediately, 500 feet. No contact with Jenna at all. My dad still calls asking when I'll forgive Diane. He says she was coming from a place of love, that she'd struggled with infertility for years and got confused about boundaries. But here's what nobody wants to say. Diane didn't want to help me raise Jenna. She wanted to replace me. She wanted Jenna to be the daughter she couldn't have, the new name, the redecorated room, the weekend sleepovers. She was slowly trying to transfer Jenna's life into her house. The CPS call was supposed to create a paper trail showing I was unfit. The Christmas dinner was supposed to be her final evidence gathering with family witnesses present. Then she'd file for custody with months of documentation showing she'd been the primary caregiver while I was neglectful. My brother found out later that Diane had already picked out a new school for Jenna. She toured it in October. She had enrollment papers in her car.